Warning, 14 Days with You is a demo for upcoming horror romance game, and it is intended to be played by those who are 18 and older. Themes will get darker as more days are released. Players' descriptions is advised. This demo involves mild courses, language, horror, gore, and unsettling themes such as being stalked, violence, death, and murder. It also involves eye-staring, text screens, shakes, and the potential to cause seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. For the full list of constant warning, please click here. Okay, I'm over 18, υποθέτω. You have to confirm you are 18 in order and read correct. Okay. Next. Welcome. Enter your core updates. Username to continue. Okay. Θα πούμε το username, υποθέτω. Okay. Ώστε όλα έτσι ξεκινάνε εδώ πέρα. If you'd like to support me, please consider checking out my Ko-Fi page. Okay, ό,τι πεις. Γεια σας όλους σας, είναι ο Jonathan εδώ και καλώς ήρθατε στο 14 Days with You. Είναι ένα horror βίντεο παιχνίδι που βρήκα δωρεάν, αλλά δεν το ξέρω ότι ήταν το demo μέχρι στιγμής. Αλλά το πρώτο είδα και είπα να το κατεβάσω και να το παίξω γιατί μου φαίνεται διασκεδαστικό και ωραίο. Βρήκαμε άλλο ένα κάτι που θα μοιάζει νομίζω σαν το Toki μάλλον, ποιος ξέρει. Άλλωστε θα είναι νομίζω διαφορετικό από το Toki, κανένας δεν ξέρει αν να το παίξεις. Το είδα και λέω ότι ok, θα ήθελα πολύ να το δοκιμάσω, γι' αυτό χωρίς άλλες καθυστερήσεις ας απλώς μπούμε μέσα. Hello there, Angel, change my... Okay, want to update your status? Δεν ξέρω πώς ακριβώς δουλεύει αυτό το παιχνίδι, αλλά θα το μάθουμε σιγά σιγά. Ας απλώς μπούμε μέσα, δεν θέλω να πούμε. Angel, huh? I see. I can't wait to officially meet you. In other news, the remain of yet another body has been pulled out from Lake Blue Moss, making it a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that. Huh? Stifling a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodged between the cushions and turn off the TV. I wasn't about to let some morbid headline damper the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, stalking and sorting through books at a library might not have been my dream job or even my first choice of places to work after moving back, but the pay was nice, my co-workers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that serves the best shortcakes and croissants known to making, and the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. Μάλιστα. Πολύ ωραίο μου ακούγεται αυτό. It's still best living in the city, though honestly I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. Υποθέτω θα θέλεις να βρεις μια καινούργια δουλειά, να κάνεις κάτι. Μπορείς να το κάνεις και έτσι πίσω. Okay. The fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for whenever I started out my window on a sleepless night, and the people there were always rude and indigent. Sorry. It was nothing like Corldon Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollutions. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here. But my new job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely considered friends, in fact. Bzz, bzz. Setting my mug onto the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up, so I tap on the screen to read their message. What greets me is an adorable sticker of some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says good luck today underneath. Moth had always been abandoned about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, cursed memes, and late night video calls. And even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Πράγματι. Pulling up the keyboard, I began to type our response to their message. Και τι θα τους πεις κάτι καλό, ότι περνάς καλά. Τουλάχιστον να τους πεις ότι είσαι καλά και περνάς υπέροχα. Send back another spiker, reply later. Ας πούμε ναι, ας πούμε αυτό. I really was considering of them, so I sent them this message, especially considering our country time zone, so I decided on sending back a quick thank you in response. A great chat bubble pops just as I hit the send button, indicating that Moth was typing out another message. By the way, did you see the latest AOG app? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Spoil it for me. Did he really change his hairstyle as well, or was it really just his corset outfit? I can't call myself his spouse if I don't even know whether to change his look or not. Attack on Giant, or AUG as Moth like to call it, is a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko is one of the main characters from the show. He's a soccerist from the Shizuka clan, and it's widely known for his shy, empathic, and demorous, and as of late his unique hairstyle has become a trending topic within the anime community. Now that I'm thinking about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the latest episode of ago? Okay. Δεν ξέρω τώρα τι να απαντήσω. Ας πούμε αυτό καλύτερα. Ας πούμε αυτό. Oh, for real? Haruko never changed his hairstyle? I guess that makes sense, lol. I was probably looking at some fake news or something. Μπορεί αυτό να είναι αλήθεια, μπορεί να είναι ψέμα, κανείς δεν ξέρει. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night that you were gonna head to work at 8 a.m.? Cause I like almost 9:30 where you are now, right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again, lol? Looking at the time displayed on my phone, I immediately let out a string of cursed and leaped to my feet. Shit. Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly screwed across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly swung it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance in the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I choose was appropriate for my job. Ναι. Να είσαι σίγουρος να φορέσεις κάτι καλό για τη δουλειά σου. Μη σε δούνε οι άλλοι να λέει τι στο καλό φοράει αυτός τώρα. Something cute to see, something comfy, something alternative. Something comfy θα έλεγα. Ή something cute to see. Ναι, something cute to see, ας πούμε αυτό. You can't go wrong with a bit of pastel bows and fits. Giving myself a small spin in the mirror, I admire how she soft fabric and paint flows around me. But enough of that, I can check myself out another time, hastily I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off any stray pieces of lint from my shelves before I finally head out to the front door, and almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. With a glimple, I tug at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell frustration as I attempt to lock my door. Seriously, when will that lazy bump of a landlord do something about this? I swear I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. Oh, hey there, Angel. Looking good. Okay, guess it's a Violet. My neighbor Violet practically bends at me while she fishes through her poker for her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was particularly filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other viruses kind of flora. Fiora. I'll just not be. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragment that wafted in with the wind always smelled the flora and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. Nah. Hello, Stina. Hey, your outfit is just my style. You look so cute. You'll have to let me peek inside your clothes someday. I've been looking for some new inspiration lately. Especially with winter right around the corner. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh. Ναι, επειδή σου άρεσε τώρα η φόρμα μου που φοράω. Εντάξει, και εσύ είσαι όμορφη, θα πούμε αυτό. Και εδώ μπορείς να το σώσεις. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. But back to you. Her voice pulls me away from my throat, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to fade her. Wow, Violet sure was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbors a grin of my own, and it was apparently enough to better her mood even more than it was already. Is that another plant? It's nice to see you again. Sorry. Ας πούμε αυτό, γιατί θέλουμε να μάθουμε τι είναι αυτό που κρατάει. Oh, this may or may not be another plant I mostly bought from work. Isn't she beautiful? She briefly pulls away from her lock to gently pet the successful plant. The look on her face is sort of now, and I couldn't help but share. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fill with the look on her door. What are you talking about? Come on, don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her named plants out on a walk at night, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seemed to set off way more alarm bells. I give Violet a concerned look, and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you were drunk or something. Κοίτα, όταν έχεις πολλά στο μυαλό σου και δεν μπορείς να θυμηθείς, δεν μπορείς να θυμώσεις με τον άλλον, έχει κακή μνήμη. Είμαστε όλοι άνθρωποι και όλοι ξεχνάμε μερικές φορές, okay? With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seems as that we both shared the same problem with our apartment lock, and place her potent plan on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy wearing a dark shirred hoodie, probably into either fashion or bondage, with the crazy amount of bells and loops wrapped around his leg. Ring any bells? No. Last night I was just catching up on some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I wouldn't heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really, but I was so sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek in a thickening manner before she puts up at me, seemingly giving in for now. Well, alright then. Maybe it was somebody else's apartment. I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, What is our land the earth doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It would give me some peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. Alright then, thank you, Angel. Well, I got some plants to water and some MMOs to raid in, so... Violet lets out one last huff before she picks up her plants. What did she name this one again? And goes back to unlocking her door. Good talk, I guess, even if it was kind of awkward. Hehe. Yeah, sure. See ya later, bye. Slipping past my neighbor and into the carpet hallway, I quickly make for the stairs. When will they fix that broken elevator? And break into a side jog. Thankfully, the weather was rather cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. The smell of all the paper, coffee, and soft incense floods my sense as I step through the library glass door. The melodic glimpse alert the woman at the receipt desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of that stray blonded hair behind her ear as she turned around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor. Eleanor, okay, Eleanor. Oh. She looks surprised for some reason, before her expression morphs into a soft smile, and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my co-workers here at the Corland Bay Library, and one of the very few people who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. Πώς το πέσουμε τώρα αυτό? 22 λεπτά, οκ, όλα λίγα λεπτά και τελείωσε. Περίμενε. Δεν ήταν ολόκληρο το τέτοιο? Oh my god, τώρα αυτό θα γίνει ρεζίλι τώρα μπροστά στον κόσμο. And although she's notorious for being rather scandalous, she more than makes me up to with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. But her northern personality can get rather overbreathing at times, and I often find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with and appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedules would look like without her help. Angel, just on time. I printed out your weight. Where did I? Her expression turns into a side panic as she spins on her heels and silently watches with amusance as the sophists through the virus book and stacks of papers lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of papers with the word schedule primed in big bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same distance as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stocking books all day long? Θα έλεγα θα είναι μια μεγάλη και δύσκολη δουλειά να έχω τα βιβλία στα χέρια μου και να τα βάζω ένα-ένα στις θήκες που πρέπει να μπουν, αλλά ταυτόχρονα να έχεις κάποιον να σε παρακολουθεί, θα πω ότι είναι χαζό, βαρετό και δεν μου αρέσει. Αυτό θα έλεγα. Although you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time though, unfortunately. Ναι, με αυτό ισχύει απόλυτα. Offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk, and as I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes against, letting everyone know that another person has come in. I'm figuring Eleanor has it all covered. I leave the customers to her as I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I noticed that she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. Μάλιστα. As if seeing my gaze, she spins around in her office, a chair, and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know that new guy? I don't know when he started showing up here in the bay, but he always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Huh. Μάστε αυτός ο τύπος είναι τσιμπημένος μαζί μου. Especially with that outfit you've got on, it makes you look rather gorgeous, so I can't really fault him for starring, because he was staring. Okay, μάλιστα. A lot. I'm snorting. I push Eleanor off his chair so that she facing the other way and focus on my attention back to the paper in front of me. What was with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people and meddling in business that wasn't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential introducer, but I doubt my database landlord was going to do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work. Maybe even some kind of alarm system, but would the store still be open by then? All of a sudden I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speaks into my ear. Would you look at that? Lover boy is inside. I need some help inside, it seems. Ναι, αλλά εγώ θα το σώσω μέχρι εδώ για τώρα και θα συζητήσω μαζί σου κάποια άλλη στιγμή. Ας το κάνουμε έτσι για τώρα, αφού το έχουμε σώσει υποθέτω. Που σημαίνει ότι είμαστε μια χαρά. Αν όχι και πρέπει να τα ξανακάνω όλα πάλι και να ξαναφτάσω πίσω στο σημείο που ήμουνα, τότε αυτό θα το κάνω χωρίς να τα δείξω όλα ξανά πάλι αυτά. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, παιδιά, βρήκαμε ένα πολύ ωραίο βίντεο παιχνίδι. Είναι μόνο το demo μέχρι στιγμής, δεν το ξέρω ότι ήταν το demo. Νομίζω ότι θα ήταν ολόκληρο αυτό το παιχνίδι. Αλλά βρήκαμε άλλο ένα demo βίντεο παιχνίδι, υποθέτω, που θα μου φανεί και αυτό πολύ ωραίο. Εγώ επίσημα περιμένω να βγει και εκείνο το άλλο βίντεο παιχνίδι που είχαμε παίξει, όπου εκείνος τον έλεγε τον άλλον Bambi. Περιμένω και εκείνο το παιχνίδι να βγει έξω ολόκληρο, γιατί θέλω να δω πώς θα καταφέρουμε να πάρουμε εκδείξεις σε εκείνον που μας ξεγέλασε και που μας έλεγε partner. Θα ήθελα πολύ να το ξαναπαίξω αυτό το παιχνίδι πάλι, αφού φυσικά πρώτον όταν βγει έξω ολόκληρο. Και ελπίζω μόνο να μην κάνει χρήματα, γιατί αν κάνει χρήματα, δεν ξέρω τι ακριβώς θα κάνω γι' αυτό. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, θα σταματήσουμε μέχρι εδώ. Αν σας άρεσε, μην ξεχάσετε να βάλετε μια εγγραφή και να like αυτό το βίντεο. Και θα δούμε τι άλλο θα παίξουμε μετά. Και πάντοτε θα σας δω στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!